Welcome back to Candy Adventures. I'm Elizabeth, that's Chris, and today we are on a sandbar in the saltwater in South Texas, enjoying the remainders of summer. And yeah, it's October, but it's still summer conditions down here in Texas. It's about 80, 85 degrees outside. The water's not chilly yet, so we're taking the jet ski out and the boat and just having some fun because today we are going from the ocean to the mountains of New Mexico.
In the middle of nowhere.
That's right. After working 14 days straight, we finally get some time off to take a very short trip to New Mexico. We have a whole trip planned and some fishing and some hiking to get done. So we'll be loading up the truck camper back onto the truck and headed north.
Don't let the old man in. He's knocking. Don't let the old man in.
Nona, are you ready? Are you ready for adventure?
All right, we got these put on. We got the camper dropped on. It's only 1 hour later. Kind of a pain when we have manual jacks like we do and they're rusty like these. These are very old, but we got these on. We did use our Patreon money that we've been saving up to get some new tires. The last tires we had on here were chunking. They were mud tires. They were making a lot of noise. And we put some new tires on here, which are Falcon Wild Peak. These are like about 34 inches, almost 35 inches. These are Falcon Wild Peak AT4W. So we're going to be giving these a try. They've already smoothed out the ride a whole lot. And then also back here, we put some Bilstein 5100s on here to see if that smooths out the ride for our trip tomorrow.
So thank you to everybody that donates on Patreon and PayPal because you have afforded us a lot more safety and comfort for this road trip because we were worried that these tires might go, which is why we just went ahead and pulled the plug and did it. And already it's so much quieter and smoother, and I think this will be very good for the 15 hours of driving we have to do.
All right, we're gonna get a shower and load up this camper, and we're gonna hop in here tomorrow morning first thing, and we'll see you guys then for our trip to New Mexico. All right, so we're on the road, obviously, and we just pulled over at one of Texas's world famous rest stops. I think we've been on the road for like 6 hours now, and we've passed one rest area. So if you haven't driven across Texas a lot,
they'll have 3 different types. Rest area being the least available. Then there's, what he said, picnic areas, which are just pull-offs with picnic tables and a trash can, and then parking areas, which is nothing, which is what we just went through.
So we're making like the Comanche today. We're making like the Lord of the Plains, and we're just crossing Texas. We got 12 hours of driving in Texas alone today to make it up to New Mexico.
Yep, but we only have a certain amount of time off, so we're trying to squish in as much as possible, which means that we're driving lots of hours. And in this part of Texas on Highway 10, there's not a lot of places to stop.
Not a lot of gas stations, not a lot of nothing.
Nope.
Not a lot of, you can't even side road to pull off and camp on or something. You don't really have much options. So we're making our big, beautiful push to New Mexico. Hopefully we can make it to El Paso tonight, which is like 10 or 12 hours from where we started in Corpus Christi this morning in the ocean.
Yep. So it's just podcasts, downloaded episodes of old TV shows, and lots of snacks.
I was looking for some different terrain. You were looking for anything that wasn't the same.
So tired of driving.
It was struggle against enemies with no names. We belong on the other side of the fence.
The lovely thing about Texas, and specifically West Texas, is there is nowhere to pull off to just sleep off of the highway because it's private property on both sides or a tiny little town that has a couple hotels. So there's not really like BLM you can go camp in like we've done in Arizona and New Mexico a bunch of times, or pretty much all of Nevada. It's like the opposite of Texas. You can literally just pull over and sleep somewhere. So hotels are pretty much the only option unless you want to sleep in the parking areas or picnic areas like before, but they get a lot of traffic from the truckers coming in and out, and we don't really sleep that well, so a hotel is just the best option.
Turn to page 34.
Oh, good morning. Oh, good morning. Did you have good sleepies?
I was running our own family
So
business.
Texas.
And then
We're still in Texas.
Then we had
All we wanted was anything new. Most importantly, freedom to move. Relying on my road to 7.3 to get us up above the trees. We couldn't wait.
We're not in Texas anymore.
Not in South Texas. It got cold quick. I'm dressed like I'm going to Disneyland with my little khaki cargo shorts. And it got a little too chilly for us South Texans.
We made it into the mountains of New Mexico.
Can already feel the stress levels dropping. It's a little rainy, but we have public land all around us. We are here in the Gila National Forest, which we've never been here before, but very excited.
It's so pretty. Like every way you look, there's just mountains and hills, but because it's raining right now and it's overcast, there's like this beautiful fog over the peaks of these mountains, and it looks like something made up out of a video game or movies.
It's very exciting. This national forest is one of the few places in the lower 48 that has wolves. There's wolves, mountain lions, black bears, elk, mule deer, coos deer. There's a lot of wildlife in here, and Gila trout, which is kind of the part of the driving mission of why we came all the way here.
Just some nice freshwater fishing, and we grew up, both of us, trout fishing, so it's always preferred. And it's something different than saltwater.
What we do not have, though, in our very loose plan is a place to camp tonight. So in typical Candy Adventures fashion, we'll probably be setting up in the dark, but hopefully in this national forest we can find a nice place to set up camp before that sun drops much lower.
Taking salvation in that New Mexico sky. It was one of those Milky Way nights, and the sky opened up and shined. Those big city lights drowned out by the New Mexico sky, singing songs from 2005. Oh, alive tonight.
Look, you waiting so patiently for your dinner?
You ready to have your food in the prettiest place you've eaten in a while? Oh boy. Oh boy, that's so good. We all know stress is a super big killer and it's very unhealthy for you. And for me, being in places that are super around people and just congested, I have a lot of stress from that, and I can already feel the stress melting away, which is a great segue to the sponsor of this video, Function Health. As I'm getting healthier, Function Health is also helping us keep track on our health.
Yes. So last video, we actually started our membership with Function Health, which is just a couple blood tests and a urine test to give you a baseline or a snapshot of what is going on in your body right now. And we are happy to say we already got the results back.
I've never seen my testosterone levels, cholesterol levels, cortisol levels. I've never seen any of that. And to see a breakdown in my email of exactly what all those levels are and what's in range and what's out of range was very eye-opening. It's very easy on the Function Health platform. You can just log in. You can set up when you want your appointment to be. We walked into a local clinic. We had our blood taken, and I was in and out the door in like 20 minutes.
Yep.
And then in my inbox on the Function Health platform, it starts popping up
All your results.
if you're in spec, out of spec, and what you could possibly do about it, and super easy.
Super nice because you don't have to make several logins. It's on their platform, built in, everything for you. So we're excited to offer y'all the same opportunity with a $100 credit towards a membership for the first 1,000 people that use our link or our code CANDY100. So you can follow the QR code here on the screen with your phone, scan it, it'll take you straight to our community page. Side note, I had weird things come up for autoimmunity, and that's genetic for me and something that's always kind of been looming. So to me, I now know, oh, I should probably pursue looking into that further.
Yep, and I have a ton of heart disease in the family, a lot of very early heart attacks. It's genetic. And so to see those markers and know that I can do something about it because I'm catching it at a younger age than most people in my family had the opportunity to, it's good. So.
So use the link down in the description below, Candy100 for the code, or use the QR code here.
All right, thanks to our sponsors, Function Health. Mona's had her dinner. She is really enjoying this. We are fingers crossed that our diesel heater, which we haven't touched in almost a year, is gonna work. So it ended up failing on us again. This is the old heater, but it does look
Similar.
shockingly similar in layout in every single way to the new diesel heater, because that temperature is supposed to be into the 30s tonight, which for us, as you saw earlier in this video, we were swimming in Matagorda Bay and it was 85 degrees with 85-degree water
in bathing suits.
And it's a pretty big gut check for what we're doing up here right now, but the brisk air feels so nice.
I'm gonna be honest, this is worth a solo female twirl. Ready?
Give it a solo female twirl.
Whoa. Whoa.
Two solo females twirling. There you go. For the internet.
You like that?
So this time we just picked a general area on the map, set the goal of we would like to try to catch a Gila trout, and just get in the truck and start heading to New Mexico.
Kept the expectations real low. So for now, we're up here.
Super high up here. Just the mountains in the background are stunning.
So beautiful. And the goal for tomorrow is to get in the middle of those mountains in some like canyon gorge areas. So that'll be super nice. I can touch this and I can touch this and I can go over there. I can literally go wherever I can see right now.
It's all public.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
In the middle of nowhere.
All right, it's the fall, y'all. That means it is soup season, and I want to make something I've been wanting to make for a long time, and I haven't had in years. Used to be one of my favorites, and that is chicken and dumplings. So we have some carrots and some celery, and we have some coconut oil in a state that we haven't seen it in a long time, which is solidified. I'm going to put a little bit of this coconut oil, or coconut paste, I guess it is right now, in this little bit of cold weather, into this pan, and I'm going to saute some carrots and some celery. And then to make this a little bit more candy adventures for this hot brown soup meal, I'm going to make it with miso paste. So it's going to be a miso chicken and dumplings, which I think is going to be very delicious and really nice here in this very crispy, chill, mid-October fall air up here in the mountains of New Mexico.
We didn't really bring a good method for cleaning up mud.
It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow, and this is the end of the rain. We were not expecting the rain. But we don't really get to choose our days off. Again, this is our first time we could film something. We've been working probably in 2 weeks, so you don't get to pick the weather, and it just kind of adds to the adventure a little bit. For the chicken, we went with all natural chicken. We've used this on the channel before. It's one less messy thing to have to deal with. So it's just chicken and sea salt in this can.
Handling raw chicken just gets so finicky because if it leaks in the cooler, well, now everything is covered in raw chicken juice. Everything that you cook with is raw chicken juice. And then we're going to be out here for a couple days and probably want to use a shower. So it's just reducing the amount of water by not needing to wash things that have touched raw chicken.
Here's our miso paste. That's going to be our soup base. All right, now I'm going to give me a big scoop of miso paste. We don't drink the water out of our RV's tank just after we winterize it, and you know, it's always got a little funk to it, so I want to pour some Corpus Christi sink water out of this jug that we keep refilling over and over and over again. Now for our dumplings, also going to do it the easy way. And we have a small can of biscuits.
That is already opened.
They popped on the way up here, so it's good that we're making this today. And I prefer it like this is the way Cracker Barrel does it. And when I was a child, this was my favorite Cracker Barrel post-church Sunday meal. And I love the way they made it out of, the biscuit dough style. I don't know if that's like a southeastern U.S. thing or what, but that's the one and only way to make chicken and dumplings. Well, also with miso paste.
Yeah, I don't think the southern grandmas are throwing miso in there.
I don't think so. All right, now I'm going to start feeding in our dumplings. Simple hack when you're using black pepper. Don't worry about the little holes. You always want the one big one.
Really, just dump it in there.
There we go.
Wow.
That miso adds an absolutely delicious little flavor profile to that.
It looks like you told Mona about mountain lions and she's watching your back the whole time you're cooking.
She's smart too. Bull sharks and mountain lions, my two biggest fears on this planet. The inside of my mouth right now is moist, just thinking about how good this chicken and dumplings is going to be. It thickened way up. It's been cooking for about 20 minutes just to go ahead and let the biscuit dough absorb some of the flavors. We're going to go ahead and throw some scoops into our FedEx double-walled aluminum cups here.
I feel like we could have used a better scooping tool here.
It's going to take all day. We got nothing but time to kill right now, so... Got one right there. I'm going to go ahead and ladle up another one. 700 ladles at a time. I've been thinking about this menu item for a long time, but for the last, 8 months, we've been filming in like 100-degree weather. So to go somewhere where it's actually fall weather, I am so excited about this miso chicken and dumplings. Oh my gosh. Does not disappoint, which is something I never heard my stepfather say. But this chicken and dumplings, even my stepfather would be proud. All right, we're going to leave our movie on pause, ready to watch, because we cannot waste this beautiful sunset that is going on out here with our chicken and dumplings, miso chicken and dumplings.
We only have a few days here, so better take advantage while there's still light out. It's beautiful. Holy cow, that is savory.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's very good.
Whoa.
We've made some real stinkers here on Candy Adventures, but this one is really good.
This is really good hot brown. That is very savory. There's a lot of depth of flavor there.
We've lied to you, the audience, many times. And I've told you I've lied to you that this is delicious, for the camera.
How do they know that we're not lying now?
Because this time I'm not lying. That's how they know.
Oh, it's different this time. It is actually good.
And it is mid-October, so we're going to do a little spooky something on the iPad. As you saw Keat up in there, I rented the movie Weapons.
What is that?
It's a horror movie that had really good reviews.
Ooh, okay.
So we're going to go ahead and watch a scary movie, eat the rest of this, and see you guys tomorrow.
Come on. See you in the morning. Oh, all right, just me then.
If it's harder to do, it's better for you. Freedom versus safety, nothing to lose. All we want is the ability to choose where we go and what we do.
Oh, he's coming to get me.
All we wanted was anything new. Most importantly, freedom to move. Relying on our old 7.3 to get us up.
Good morning.
We're here still in the Gila National Forest, which we will be for the next few days. And we're at Whitewater Creek. And Whitewater Creek flows through a canyon on the Gila National Forest, kind of bordering the Gila Wilderness, but not in the Gila Wilderness.
And of course, there's Gila trout in these waters.
We're really excited because we saw this morning, we just peeked at the creek and it is not muddy. We were worried it was going to be really muddy because it rained all night last night and where we camped was very muddy.
Yes.
But this looks like it's pretty mud free.
And clear, so now we just got to find some water to actually start fishing.
Look how pretty this is. So this is Whitewater Canyon. And they call this the Whitewater catwalk area because Right here you can see there's a catwalk that will go along the side of this canyon and help us get back here to find the Gila trout. And this was something started being built in the 1930s by the Civilian Conservation Corps, because there used to be mining activities up here in the 1800s and early 1900s. And when that went bust, the Civilian Conservation Corps came in here and took some of the infrastructure that they had drilled into the side of the mountain, used those steel platforms that they had to carry water back out for a water pipe, and they started placing a walkway like this along the canyon so that the general public could come back in here for recreation. Super pretty here in the Gila National Forest.
It'll also be interesting because Mona's slightly afraid of heights, so we'll see if she registers the catwalks. You're doing so good.
Whitewater Creek's a pretty long way down there, and you can actually walk along it if you want to. You don't have to use the catwalk. But we thought, we're already here, it's a neat experience, so we're going to try the catwalk. I think it goes for like a mile back in this direction, maybe a mile and a half, and then it kind of ends, and then you can just continue following Whitewater Creek up.
Oh.
So it looks like the catwalk has paused. I don't know if it's over for good, but now we are down here walking in the river, which is very refreshing. All right, looks like we have officially got to the end of the catwalk here in Whitewater Canyon.
It literally doesn't exist beyond here.
Looks like there used to be a bridge. I know there was a flood here in like 2015, 2016 that washed a lot of this out. So now we're going to be climbing down here and getting in the water.
And working our way up.
So we just have to scramble down this real quick.
No big deal. Oh boy.
Good girl. Good girl. The nice thing is this, we keep this harness on her for hiking, is it's got a big handle on the back you can grab. Like on the way back up, we can literally just drag her up there if we need to. Good girl. You made it. We made it.
Yay!
Hopefully we can remake it.
Back up somehow.
All right, we have hit a dead end in this canyon, an inescapable dead end, so I'm not sure how we get out of here. So this may be the way to go, or it may be a dead end, but we found a cool cave. So we'll see if we can cut up through this hole in this rock. And then this is where having a handle on your dog is really handy. Just like that. Also having a dog that's not super heavy also really helps. All right, so back behind the hole we just climbed up here is a very well-established path, so awesome.
We just did it the hard way.
So it looks like we found a little garter snake here on the trail catching a little sun.
Just sunning, getting warm. Pretty colors on the head. Oh, you're so cute. Okay. Go back now. Bye.
All right, really pretty canyon, and we've come to a place where the trail gets a little precarious. It's a little narrow right here. You know, 75% of Candy Adventures doesn't like heights. That would be myself and Mona. Little narrow. It's stable though, but if you slipped, he'd probably go.
This is also one of the benefits of walking a dog with a harness on steep little drop-offs like this, is if she were to slip, I still have a hold of her, and it's by her chest, not by her neck. So if anything happens, we have her suspended like this.
I'll tell you a place we need to be, a long way from society. Yeah, home in Carolina. Yeah, home in Carolina. Yeah.
All right, we're about 2 3/4 miles up into this canyon, and we started getting worried because the trail started getting so far away from the river and started getting up on the side of the canyon, but it came back down here. It's really neat because I feel like I'm in a different state than what we've been driving through. There's sycamore trees on one side and cactuses on the other side of the trail. We got our little collapsible rod. And then this water in here, it hasn't been that long that they've opened it up where you can actually catch and keep 2 Gila trout a day, or just 2 trout out of here, period. And it's any bait. So I got my favorite bait, which is a little rooster tail, and our little collapsible 5-foot rod. And I'm gonna slip into this creek here and see if I can immediately get my rooster tail hung up in a tree.
There you go.
That water feels nice. Ooh, first cast. Look at that. Look at that. That is what we drove all this way for.
That was 2 casts.
Look at that little boy.
Oh! 2 casts in.
Look at that little trout. How pretty.
Hey. Wow.
Little golden color. I think it's a Gila trout. I know when they're juveniles, they have a little red coloration, kind of like a rainbow trout. And I think when they breed, but you can see the white on his little fins here, on the bottom fins. I am pretty sure that is a Gila trout.
Cutie patootie. Wow, 2 casts in.
We drove a long way for this little bad boy. He's not keeping size, but I'm just so excited to catch such a rare trout. So
Endemic
cool.
to this part of the country, found nowhere else.
So cool. What a pretty little fish.
Hey, nice. Oh my gosh. What the heck?
Pretty little fish. Little Gila trout. So pretty. Got black spots on the top half of the fish. You can see little black spots, and then kind of leopard spots down here. So kind of like a blend of all kinds of fish. They got the little white stripes like a brook trout. They got the little red coloration when they're juveniles like a rainbow. Spots like a brown trout. Very pretty, and they're really golden color. The other trout don't really have. Little better. Now that's a good example of a Gila trout right there. Look how pretty.
Wow.
Pretty.
Whoa. As soon as you put it in that sun.
Such a pretty golden color. So pretty. I can't tell you how excited I am. I've been trout fishing for decades to catch a new one. When I was a little kid, I didn't even know there was anything other than rainbow, brown trout, and brook trout.
You're so slow. I think you're cold. Don't drop your tail, please. He's so cute. He's dropped his tail before. Look at that. Some sort of skink.
He's chilly. He's not moving too fast.
No. I always like their thick bodies and tiny little arms. It's cool. Alright. Go back now. Bye-bye.
All right, we're gonna give Elizabeth a shot here down here in the canyon. We know that that lure catches fish. We know that there's fish in here. So if she doesn't catch one, it's the sole responsibility of herself. So the whole world's watching right now. This beautiful little pool. And all you have to do is not put the spinner in the weeds. Oh yeah, there we go. He'll hit again. He was still chasing it. Throw it again. This is the plight of the creek fishermen, is all the branches, the creeks are so narrow, the branches grow out, completely covering the creek, so you're constantly working your hooks, whether it's a fly or a spinner, out of the branches. Right there, right there. He'll hit it again. Don't pull it away from him. There he comes. There, he's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Oh, that's so big.
There we go.
Oh, that
Little Gila trout.
My hands aren't wet.
Look at that little beauty.
I got one. It wasn't the biggest one in the pool.
It's still a Gila
okay.
trout.
Oh! It's a good one! It's a good one! It's a good one!
Big one.
Oh my gosh! Whoa!
Hey, come here.
Wow!
It's the biggest one of the day.
It's so pretty!
Biggest Gila of the day.
Oh, that's so cool! I mean, the small one was good, but like that's so much more fun.
All right, so we accomplished getting out of Texas, getting to New Mexico, finding an awesome campsite, having some awesome hot brown, and now we put a Gila trout on our bucket list. So that's super awesome.
Hey! Awesome! So I think we're gonna wrap it up here. This was awesome, and we have so much more to explore in the next 2 days. So we'll see y'all next video. And thank you to Function Health for sponsoring this video.
Where to find us? So if the sun's in the sky, then come and take it still flies, then you know where to find us. Mornings in cans and monsters in hand to earn a buck and get back to the middle of nowhere. We breathe a little in the middle of nowhere. We breathe a little in the middle of nowhere.